can rarely fault the effort of these Irish players. There's never really been a question. You don't fault question their character, their commitment, any of that stuff. But his comments, we gave everything, we came up short, let's focus on the next one. That's a summary of the Stephen Kenny era. We just seem to consistently fall up short, come up short, but we say, we pick the positives and we'll move on. And unfortunately, it's just happening too many times, which is why the league table,
well,
the group
what
table
are the positives
like
that they'll pick out of it, apart from Chidoze's
Well, I think
performance?
Stephen will do what Stephen does. Stephen will pick the positives in the performance in a game where we didn't get the result we were looking for, and tonight is the result we needed. He'll say about the effort. He'll talk about Benny's chance. He'll do the if-onlys and maybe we could have done a bit more. And he'll praise the attitude and the character of the players. He'll mention that there's going to be a full house on Sunday, and he'll say, do you know what, 3 points against Netherlands will change it all.
Well,
that's what Stephen
that's
Kenny
a fair
will
point,
do.
though. We said, looking at these two games together against the second best team in the world and the sixth or seventh best team in the world, if you can get 3 points out of those two games, so should we not hold off on judgment until Sunday?
I think we should, but I think that's what Stephen Kenny is going to say.
But that's fair.
It is, but it's what he said after every game. And we've won 1 in 4 now. Stephen's record in competitive games is he wins 1 in 5. He's 5 wins in 25. And I think there comes a point
where...
Two
of those are against France, though. Those competitive games you're talking about.
Yeah, but we're here to qualify for a tournament. We're not here to praise players for working hard. We're not here to praise the fact that we created a chance in the second half performance where the opposition created probably 7 chances and completely dominated us. France are a better team, we were always going to lose. But I think the bigger picture here, which we need to start sitting back and focusing on here, is where is this team going? Where are we heading? What's the likelihood of us finishing?
Well, hopefully it's to beat the Netherlands on Sunday.
Yeah, so we'll have a chat after Sunday night's game and we'll take stock.
But the disappointing thing is that it's the 3rd qualifying campaign now. Was a World Cup qualifying campaign. The second game, I think, at home to Luxembourg, lost 1-0. Nations League next year, Armenia, I think it was the first game lost. So the qualifying campaign was done after 2-3 games. And you're in a situation now, they've got 3 points now out of 4 games. You probably need at least 13. So 13 might not even be enough because France is already past it. So you need 10 points out of the remaining 4 games. Of course, you can say, why shouldn't they get 4 points against Netherlands, beat Greece at home and beat Gibraltar away? But in all likelihood, on Sunday, the qualifying campaign is over again. Of course, we should leave judgment till Sunday, but this could be the 3rd time running now. There were 3 games to go. The campaign is over. And if you look at other nations, is Ireland so much worse than other nations? Similar size, similar pool of players?
And just to pick you up on that, other nations are not in the ultimate group of death. That's the most horrific group.
Dara, they found a way.
Don't fall into the trap of focusing on the quality of the top 2 when you're in a group where you were outplayed and beaten by Greece. So that doesn't stack up. It's what you would think at the start. You say, it's really ambitious, probably overly ambitious to think we'll finish in the top 2. And it's realistic to expect that we won't.
And I haven't.
But Greece beat us and outplayed us.
I haven't got the teams now in the World Cup qualifying, but they found a way in that World Cup qualifying group to be out of the group after 3 or 4 games. They weren't paired with Netherlands and France under Stephen Kenny. They found a way.
Were there not mad circumstances with COVID and with massive injuries and empty stadiums?
You can always make excuses, Dara. But at the end of the day, you need to see what do we try to achieve and what do we do? And there comes a point where you can't justify it no more. And, he said he wants to bring up new players, he wants to play a certain style of football. And in the lead up to the game, he said he gave 18 players their debut. It's not his job to give players debut. If he feels right, because when he talks about it, in the lead up to a game like this, as important as Richie said, they probably had to get something out of the game tonight. It's trying to look after at excuses, even before the game, if it does go wrong. Because if he didn't think he should have given these players their debut, then he shouldn't have done it.
Well, Ebiseli came on tonight, you know him from Derby, he was forced to do that. There were all sorts of, I don't know who's going to be available for Sunday to play with the effort they put in, first of all, in the heat, and also just the toll that it took. There'll be injuries after tonight.
Yeah, it's frustrating. It's frustrating, not just as an ex-player or as still an Irish fan. Didi's right what he's saying. At the start of 2 or 3 games of each campaign, we're out of it, and we're saying, what's the positives? When you're saying, let's wait till Sunday and then see what the negatives are. But There's no getting away from it. We're not going to qualify to this group. Whatever way you want to dress it up, I think we're miles off it. And 19 debuts he's given, fair play. We had to bring new players in, but it's frustrating to watch.
See, I know Mr. Optimistic here. I don't want to be negative. Like, were we ever going to qualify against the France and the Dutch?
Well, look at a nation like Croatia, sorry, Richard, and they've got the same population as us.
Greece aren't going to qualify either, probably.
They're beating us. So to limit the conversation on our performance in this group to the fact that, lads, Netherlands and France are better than us, we shouldn't expect to be
we
at
could
that.
still finish above the Greeks.
But Greece, the performance and the result really challenges that kind of
And you'd
thinking.
still be in the group. If you had got a draw against Greece, you'd still be in the group. You know.
I know.
You know, if they win on Sunday, you can still say, well, there's still an outside chance. But obviously, the Greece game pretty much killed the chances to qualify.
OK, my optimism's gone now. Thanks, you three.